rest. 20 minutes.
I'm gonna kill Eddie. One chance to like actually see that in your life, and it's taken from you. Man. If I survive this, he is target #1 from here on out.
So we start with the hand cranker on the lowest setting. You want to get it to this kind of consistency. It should be translucent, it has the right feel.
The agnolotti filling is a very simple filling of leftovers.
Beef, salami, roasted chicken, veal, any kind of meat you have leftovers.
You're making the filling, the texture is important. You can do a hand meat grinder.
You don't want to put it in the food processor because you don't want it to be pâté or pasty.
You begin one way, then you go the other way. So back and forth.
And then right into the boiling water. Always put a lid on the pasta because it gets your boiling point right back up.
You're making a grana sauce.
We put it in here.
You get a little bit of butter. Ready? And you grate a little cheese here. Put that down. No, I'm going to put the sauce. Just enough sauce all around.
And then, the last, some grano padano. Agnolotti, a traditional, simple dish, but is not so easy to execute.
Okay, James, Lynn, please, back to your stations. Thank you.
You have 60 minutes to make us some delicious agnolotti that will make my mother proud.
Your 60 minutes starts now.
All right.
Me and Lynn are both in that same boat. Is we're gonna make agnolotti, and we have no idea what it looks like traditionally.
I want to put myself in this dish. I didn't grow up in Italy. Like, I grew up in San Diego, where we eat enchiladas and California burritos. I want to use what she taught us at the demo. I don't want to copy it, so I'm thinking of the ingredients that I use at home. Bell peppers and jalapenos, and I want to put my own twist on the pasta dish that Joe's mom showed us how to make today.
Let's go, guys. What's the biggest mistake they can make at the beginning of this
Well,
challenge?
beginning with the pasta is not working it enough. And then the rolling part. The rolling part is very touchy. If it's very fine, then it breaks.
Yeah.
If it's too thick, then it gets too chewy. The success of this dish is a balance between the texture of the pasta, the amount of the fillings, and then the amount of the sauce on top.
I loved watching the demo, so I'm just gonna try to imitate that, but incorporate different meats. I'm gonna do some oxtail and some braised short rib. They're both really rich, so it should make a great filling.
All right, Johnny, what's the plan? What do you got?
Gonna try and make a smoked maple syrup Alfredo sauce.
A what? Putting maple syrup in Italian food is like sacrilegious. You use a lot of maple syrup in Italian cuisine?
It doesn't exist in Italian cuisine.
In New England, it's actually very popular. Maple Alfredo is very popular where I'm from.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Lynn, what's the filling?
Fillings of chard, leek, and short rib.
90% of the fillings inside an agnolotti are grind. When you blend and blitz, it goes pasty, sort of like baby food, and you destroy the textures. Look down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 meat grinders, 1 blender, puree, and that's you. Are you going home tonight?
All the flavors, I know I can win this competition. But if I screw this up, I could be going home. And my heart is sinking to the floor, and I'm thinking, oh gosh.
Lynn, are you going home tonight?
No, I'm not.
Because you seem upside down right now.
It looks like Lynn is struggling pretty bad. To be able to knock him out right now would be a big advantage for me. So I'm pretty happy right now with my decision.
Howard,
Joe, how you doing?
you make a lot of pasta?
I do not make a lot of pasta at all, actually.
And,
San Diego's not really known for their Italian foods.
So what's the filling?
Shredded braised chicken, bell peppers, and a little bit of seasoning.
What do you think about putting bell peppers in the stuffing?
It's really unusual, yeah. I would taste that. Pay attention, you know, we talk a lot about textures and all of that.
I will do so.
What are you doing with the asparagus?
I'm not sure yet.
Wow.
All right, good luck, Howard.
Thank you.
Right, James, what are you cooking?
I'm doing a ricotta Parmesan agnolotti that I am tossing in a alla vodka sauce.
The tomato alla vodka sauce was miles away from Piedmont. Lydia didn't go anywhere near that. You think this tomato vodka sauce is going to blow her away?
I think it's going to be unexpected, and I think given the fact that I didn't watch any type of instruction, it's going to be delicious and taste great.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Chrissy, I bought you my mother. Your hero.
Hi, Chrissy. How you doing?
I would shake your hand, but I have flour.
Oh, it's okay.
If Jesus came down and stood next to Lydia, I'd be like, yo, what's up, dude? Lydia, how are you?
Where are these
Ah,
agnolotti?
they're right here. There's a Swiss chard and pancetta.
It's good. It tastes very good. It really does.
Thank you.
There's just under 5 minutes to go. Your pasta should be hitting the water very soon if it's not in already.
Chrissy's looking very competent. James is looking very composed. Howard's looking very shaky. And Lynn is looking out of his depth.
I think that Eddie might have dealt Lynn an ace that will take him out of the competition.
Water's not boiling.
Why hasn't Beth got a lid on top of her pasta to bring the water up to boil?
If she's not boiling water at this point, she's dead.
It's just not boiling.
Beth,
You
you have to put your lid on.
All the pasta should be in the middle of a furious boil right now and ready to come out.
Boil.
Beth, you got to put it in or else you're not going to have anything in the plate.
90 seconds to go.
I realize that pasta can't cook in the time I have left. So I just throw 3 agnolotti in the pan, get some butter going, a little pasta water, because you know it'll continue cooking.
Go, guys.
Heat the sauce. Keep everything hot.
Come on, Beth, let's go.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Hands up. Right. Eddie, make your way down from the balcony. We're now going to taste each and every one of your dishes. And on the back of that, at least one of you will be leaving tonight. Lydia, who should we taste first, please?
James.
James, let's go, please. Thank you.
There's no way around it. That sucked, not being able to see that demonstration.
What's in here?
I did a agnolotti alla vodka. I have no idea what to do with the agnolottis.
If you were not here, notwithstanding that, the shape is fair. The ratio of stuffing to the pasta is good. The taste is good. I know you're at a disadvantage, James, but flavor is good.
Thank you.
I think it's a good dish. I like the flavor of the sauce. The filling is really yummy. This tastes like you've made it a lot. Good job.
Thank you. I don't think I'm going to be the top 1 or top 2 in this, but I'm not going home.
Who would you like up next?
Lynn.
I look at my dish, and I think this could be it. This could be your ticket home.
Right. I mean, first of all, you're up against it. A, you didn't see the demo, and B, you're using a blender to puree the mix. I saw that pureed cat food in that mixer, and it was like, first thing I looked at was Eddie on the balcony thinking, smart move, because you were at your depth. What's in there?
It's a short rib and ricotta filling, and the sauce is a charred leek brown butter with a little bit of the braise.
Under-seasoned again, and you've got a sort of awkward thickness to this pasta. You didn't see the demonstration, but it's laid out, one sheet, brought up and nipped together. You folded it and lifted it up because I've got a double layer of pasta, which makes it so inconsistent. I think Eddie played to his strengths in this one.
He did.
So you consider yourself a front runner in this competition?
Not after this, no.
You know, sometimes an advantage puts someone in a trouble spot, but it's very rarely someone can use an advantage for such an accurate and precise strike at a very vulnerable target as Eddie did with you today.
Chef.
He hit you in the bullseye.
Eddie could have picked any of the 14 people. And I don't think it could have been as effective as picking me. I could be going home.
The judges are continuing to taste the dishes prepared by the home cooks in the stuffed pasta elimination test.
Very rarely someone can use an advantage for such an accurate and precise strike that it hits you in the bullseye.
Lydia, whose dish would you like to taste next?
Johnny.
I know they're gonna give me a hard time for using maple syrup in Italian food, but I think they're gonna like it. It's a butternut squash and ricotta agnolotti with a smoked maple Alfredo sauce.
So the butternut squash has its sweetness with ricotta, and then the sauce is with the maple.
And Alfredo, it's a bechamel with Gran Padano cheese.
Maple syrup is not Italian at all. We don't have it in Italy. We don't make it. I'm going to taste and see how they work together. In my mind, they don't work together. It's more of a dessert. You know, maybe if you put some cinnamon on top of it and some granulated sugar, you can take it for dessert. As pasta, it just doesn't work. There's no harmony there. Jessie.
I'm so sick of Jessie. Southern Belle, do no wrong, Little Miss Manners. I'm not impressed by her cooking.
So the filling, what's inside there?
Oxtail and short rib with just a little bit of the chicken filling.
Here's the thing. I mean, the pasta's beautiful. The filling is seasoned stunningly. And I think there's a target on your back because everyone thinks you're in this competition because you look good. You're in this competition right now because you cook good. Never forget that. And again, that has proved it. Great job.
Thank you so
Good
much.
job.
Let's go to Chrissy.
I made a Swiss chard and pancetta stuffed agnolotti.
The sauce here that you made?
Just simple butter sauce, and I put a little veal reduction over it. I wanted to keep it simple because I went a little non-traditional with the filling.
Good.
Thank you.
The ratio of filling to the dough is good. You get a nice mouthful of dough and just enough filling to kind of support it. And the simple sauce goes well with it.
I've been watching you long enough. I should know.
Have you?
Yeah.
All right, good. Well, continued success.
Thank you. This is like the ultimate validation for me.
Lydia, whose dish would you like to taste next, please?
Beth.
Beth, let's go. Thank you.
I'm dreading having to present my dish because there are two scenarios, worst case and worser case. It's ricotta and herbs and watercress and goat cheese.
I like the idea of the herb filling, and then, of course, the actual pasta being undercooked. That was sad to watch. I would hate to see you go home on this.
I would hate to go home because I can't boil water.
Right, but I mean, it could happen.
I know. I wouldn't be surprised at all if it did.
Howard?
All right. Walking up, I'm not 100% confident in the dish that I'm bringing up. The plating isn't that great, but hopefully the flavors come together.
So what is exactly this stuff?
Bell pepper, jalapeno, braised chicken, and then it's spiced with a little cumin.
Yeah, cumin is a spice that is not used a lot in pasta making or stuffing. Yeah, what I get here is a mouthful of peppers.
Okay.
It's not harmonious with a pasta dish like this. Classics work and they're appreciated time after time. Otherwise, they wouldn't be called classics.
Of course.
Get a good connection to the basics. Don't just fly off on a wing, okay?
I don't understand. She's been nice to you, but the whole thing with you is you have this very cavalier attitude. You don't know what you're cooking, what dish you're making with 10 minutes left. Then you come up here and get misty-eyed with us like, oh, poor me again, I got screwed up, and I'm getting tired of it. Because if you were smart, you would duplicate a plate. The fact that you're not even thinking of playing this game properly is really annoying. I mean, I'm gonna taste this.
You want 15 of the same dishes up here?
If you're here putting your spin on everything you make because you want to show us how cutesy and intelligent and crafty you are, well, that's going to get you a one-way ticket back to wherever you came from. And then you could show your friends and the 6 people who told you were good how cute and smart you are when you're home cooking at dinner parties, while the rest of this group goes on and competes to become the next Masterchef. So I want pasta cooked properly because you know what? The only thing worse than a cook who can't boil is a narcissist in full denial. Thank you for nothing.
Joe's just... This is a competition about flair, about finesse, about creativity, not about copying someone else's so you can win $250,000.
If you're here putting your spin on everything you make because you want to show us how cutesy and intelligent and crafty you are, well, that's going to get you a one-way ticket back to wherever you came from. Because you know what? The only thing worse than a cook who can't boil is a narcissist in full denial. Thank you for nothing.
Tonight, there are 2 standout agnolotti dishes that really impressed Lydia. The first dish, we actually expected perfection from that person, and they delivered. It had a perfect ratio of filling to dough, worked beautifully, seasoned perfectly. This person is becoming a front runner. Congratulations. Chrissy. Well done.
Thank you. Aside from the birth of my child, this may be the happiest day of my life.
But the best dish of the night had incredibly delicious filling. The balance of textures worked perfectly. It was almost as good as her dish. And that dish belongs to Jessie. Chrissy and Jessie, you are now team captains in the up-and-coming challenge.
I've been team captain twice. I've never been defeated as a team captain. This is awesome. What a great advantage. I'm a force to be reckoned with.
So now the bad news. Usually, we only bring 3 people down. Today, there are 4 people that really disappointed me and my fellow judges. Please come down. Johnny. Lynn. Howard. And Beth.
Johnny and Beth, please step forward. 2 dreadful dishes, underwhelming, badly thought out, and on the verge of an insult. On any other night in this competition, you both could be going home. But luckily for both of you, 2 other people were even worse. Both of you, back on your stations.
If Howard stays and I go home, then I must have really screwed up my dish to make that happen.
I'm like nervous and my hands are sweating. I love cooking, this is my passion. I'm just praying that I'm not gonna be the one that goes home.
Lynn, your dish was a total mess. The balance was incorrect. The texture was all wrong. The pasta was badly utilized. Quite frankly, your worst dish so far in this competition. Howard, you've got this ignorance that you wouldn't absorb the kind of magic this lady has spent nearly 6 decades creating. One of you has reached the end of the road. I would like that individual to leave this competition in a dignified manner by removing his apron, placing on his station, and leaving the Masterchef kitchen. That individual knows who he is. Do the honourable thing.
Lynn's one of the top guys here. He's a better cook than I am, and he shows it with his plates. I got here, and I got an apron, and I got to compete. Thousands and thousands of people did it. I did as best as I could.
The actual cupcake is definitely the hero, a bit like you tonight. Good job.
Thank you. And I feel amazing about it.
Thank you, Howard.
Thank you. My dreams about being in the culinary world are even more alive than they were before I got here. I'm leaving a better cook for sure.